Welcome to One World. I am Sophia, pilot into the universe of Chinese. Let's continue exploring ocean/industrial age concepts. Yesterday we talked about positive, so we go negative today. 消极 is how it was translated, and just like a 积极, Japanese scholars chose accumulation of energy. So warm up, heat up, doing more. So it's on the yang side of things. Now, 消极, diminishing, reducing, cooling down, is on the negative side, like going downward. So we use this accumulating versus diminishing sense to express what 消极 is about. So diminishing almost like, I guess, when we're talking about people being negative, it's almost like viewing things in a dismissive or diminishing way. That you don't give something for the full credit. You take something, you evaluating something way below its, I guess, real value. So you, in a way, devaluate something. So here we use diminishing to express it's a process, it's a removal process. And as I said before, that I don't think negative by default is morally judged as bad. It depends on in what context. For example, easy example is in the fitness world, simply because I tune in a lot of that people talk about you need to train, but also recover. Recover is a critical part of it. So by diminish your intensity of training or frequency of training, diminish your load of training, you help your body to catch up to the previous damage caused by the training. So you cannot keep going positive all the time. You have to have this restful time. That's why yin and yang, they have to go in a balanced way. It's like a tangle. You have to 1 foot in front and then another foot in 1 foot, another foot in the front. It cannot be always 1 foot in the front, right? It's not a balanced walk. So 消极 is the necessary counterpart of 积极. And 消, so yesterday the 积极 we use crop to give the sense of accumulating. Actually, use a finance term of having payback because you loan somebody money, you expect more from, like, otherwise why you loan people, all right? You have to get interest payback, and we use that to create the concept of accumulating, just like a crop growing bigger and bigger. Like money, if you loan, through loaning, you're supposed to gather more and more money. So 消极 here is, instead of accumulating, compounding is, wait, what's that? Both actually probably go by power law. So instead of, if 积极 is like compound interest, is each time you times 1 point something is a number bigger than one, which doesn't change anything. 消极, diminishing, is you have to time a number below than one, right? So when we draw the line, it will be diminishing. Instead of like this way, we go this way. So this diminishing was expressed by water. Water actually is a skinny water. Okay, we have the water symbol on the left side, which is 5 strokes. The middle stroke is continuous. It signifies the center of the stream, uninterrupted, continuous flow. On the two sides, more interruption. And in one kayak, ocean kayak experience, I learned that the current on the sides, like not in the middle of the water, but closer to the edge of the water, which is closer to the shore or water bank, more currents are going to flow like a reverse way, just not on the same level. But if you look at cross section, the water may flow this way. Therefore, it's more interrupted, more chaotic, more bidirectional instead of one directional. So Chinese capture that by having interruptions on the two sides. So the whole water symbol depicts water flowing in nature in such a way. And the right side, the top is small. The bottom is meat. Small meat is a Chinese cute way to say skinny or thin. Okay, small meat. Small is expressed by cutting something in half, guaranteed to be smaller than the original. So Chinese concept of big or small, both is made from this comparative sense. It's relative terms, not absolute. When we say something is small, everybody have in their mind what's regarded as the standard or the benchmark or the original. And then the small means compared to that, it's smaller. Okay, the bottom is meat. Omega sign with two streaks in there. It's simply a visual look of how a meat would look like in ancient times. So small meat, skinny. Okay, Chinese aesthetic, admire, at least currently, still skinny body type. Okay, and this small meat paired with water means skinny water or thin water, meaning the water doesn't have lots of current, lots of flow in it. It's diminishing, it's drying up. It hardly make anything. Because I do mountain riding, and through the mountain, sometimes I cross streams through different seasons. You can visibly see and bodily experience the crossing of the river when it was high water time. It's like a splash all over. You're crossing a fat curve. Well, the biggest river I crossed is up to my chest level. It's like, oh, versus a small stream or all the way to the dry river. You know, it's a river bed because there are stones in there, but just not the season. So it's completely not only skinny, it's like dried. So there is a gradation in there. Here, diminishing, we can see if it's a skinny river, that means the water is drying up. It keeps diminishing, either seeping through ground or evaporating, right? Water by itself is going to, before it can make it to the ocean, I guess many of the water streams couldn't make it all the way to the ocean. So this diminish made from the water paired with axis. So again, axis is the ridge beam in a house. Ancient times, house building in China, at least wood structure, and this tall beam made of wood, right? Canopy, root, trunk of the tree, wood, and then three finger hand symbol reaching a person. On the top is the person symbol, and it's a visual thing. It doesn't mean the person standing on top of the three finger hand. Not like that. It simply means compared to your first person perspective, the hand is closer to you. It's probably your hand, your right hand, to be particular, and then you're reaching out to the person, and that person further out cannot be expressed on this 2D frame unless it got stacked up, becomes like on top of the hand. It simply means that it's farther away, and your hand is trying to reach that person. And this beam plus reach simply means the highest point in your house, the beam can reach, and that becomes the axis, the extreme, the pole. It forms the concept of Taiji. It's the, I view it as a dimension or pole, or if we want to classify, if we want to sort out the world from like everything blend together, same energy, if we want to bipolar it, so ever since we separate things, then we start to have poles, right? We start to have axes, we start to have dimensions, different ways to look at things. So diminish axis simply is the energy is lower, and that's the axis we are going on now. So just like we have highs and lows, and here is talking about the lows, and here negative film. Before film were developed, we have this negative image, and I guess this is a very visual way to express what negative looks like. It looks very different from the positive point of view, right? And I guess to produce positive, negative is necessity. It's almost like a preclude. In fact, because they keep alternating, so they are mutually precluding each other. So 消极 negative, Thank you for your time. See you another day.